Perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I am Tom Stevens, your resident psychotherapist, here to break down lyrics to amazing music. And today we're getting into somebody we have not reacted to before. It's Tupac Day. I just can't believe it's been this long since we've been doing this and we haven't reacted to Tupac. Dear Mama is the actual video we're going to check out today. I have no idea what I'm getting into, but knowing Nick and putting this song out there and y'all recommending it, it's got to be deep, it's got to be dark, and if it's a letter to Mama, I'm worried about it. But hey, our mission is to spread mental health awareness to the world through music and lyrics, and here we go. I'm ready for it. So without further ado, let's get into Tupac and Dear Mama.
When I was pregnant in jail, I thought I was going to have a baby and the baby would never be with me, but I was acquitted a month and 3 days before Tupac was born. I was real happy because I had a son. When I was young,
you know what's amazing with this story? Like, I've worked with a lot of children who have been through a lot of trauma and anxiety from an early age. And when she talks about, you know, being arrested, being acquitted, and all of the stuff that goes around jail or prison or arresting or anything, and she's pregnant, there's a lot of in utero stress that goes on. Okay, so he had to have had a lot of anxiety going on inside before he was even born. And a lot of people, we kind of dismiss that sometimes. And knowing children, knowing the brain, knowing chemistry like we do, that has a huge impact. The first 3 years of life are critical, but in utero is even more critical because you're inside feeling all the feelings the mom has. Stress, anxiety, trauma, all that stuff. And then she has a baby, and here comes Tupac. So I guess this is the story.
Before Tupac was born, I was real happy because I had a son.
When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place. Suspended from school, I'm scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules. Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poor than other little kids. And even though
it's the life that he has to live. It's almost like a life story here of depression, of misery, of poverty, and not a healthy family system. Not even sure where dad was at this point, ever. And trouble in school, trouble socially with friends, trouble at home, just trying to survive and get by and get the next meal only leads to trouble.
Yeah, different daddies, the same drama. When things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. And who thinking elementary? Hey, I see the penitentiary one day. Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside.
You got the love and the struggle with mama, you know, the one to go to that would give you the hug and give you the love, the one who would also whoop you and yell at you and give you a huge lecture. And he's got both sides of this. Lots of trouble, lots of violence. I don't know if it was gang stuff. I don't know what all the story was because I've heard a lot of Tupac in the news in the past, but I don't know that I couldn't even tell you the whole story of Tupac and what's happened, which partly in a way is good, I think, that I can hear this music and hear his story without knowing all the background. And then part of it makes me want to know the background to see exactly what happened, because clearly a genius. The lyrics are incredible, the way he lays the story out, the rhythm of the music, and the way this is just the melody that goes through as you hear the story from growing up, like from being born all the way up.
Running from the police, that's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside. And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand, for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man. You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it, there's no way.
He's got stories here of his mom using crack and kind of being a drug addict, and then sitting with him, helping, doing homework, trying, welfare, just trying to get by and trying to provide some type of lifestyle. Parts of these scenes are real dark, and then parts of them are lighter. So it's really interesting how he has two different kind of views of mom. You were just trying to struggle, survive, and help us on welfare, have the best life we could. And then also I watched you be a crack fiend. Like I watched you disintegrate, even though you're always a queen. I've seen you at your best. I've seen you at your worst.
I can pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet dear mama? Place no one above you, sweet. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you?
Like she's sitting there watching him on TV with his videos when he's famous. And then he's kind of mysteriously in that chair, and then he kind of disappears, almost like he's reminiscing, thinking about her sitting there watching him, and his love for the love for a mom is eternal, and it seems like that way anyway for most people. That no matter how the distance is, that whether I'm in prison, whether I'm away on the road, or whether I'm here, that you're always right there. You always love me.
Now ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy, cause the coward wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say,
boy, that answered that, didn't it? And he was old enough to know his dad passed away. Who knows what the circumstances were? But he was a stranger. He did say that. And it's hard to get angry or to have those feelings from a stranger, which means you weren't around. You weren't here. So I don't even know you, honestly. It's so sad. I'm telling you, moms are eternal. They are always there. They always have that stabilizing image. Dads have such an impact if they're there or not there. And I'm a guy, I know this. And I've just seen women time and time again show up, and I've seen men disappear. And dads need to be able to show up. They need to be present, available, to be in a child's life, to show the young boys that they're capable and that they can do it and that they can handle it, and to show young women that they are worth it and they're precious and cherished. Just believe it.
I didn't cry, cause my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though they sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out and started really hanging. I needed money of my own, so I started.
Really a survivor, just getting out on the streets, making it on his own, hanging out with vagrants and not good people, I'm sure. Just trying to fit in, just trying to make it, just trying to find his way through the world. And of course, money, drugs, all that stuff is alluring. It's attractive, and he's got nothing else. He's never had the money, so let's go after it.
Slanging. I ain't guilty, cause even though I sell rocks, it feels good putting money in your mailbox. I love paying rent when the rent's due. I hope you got
showing all the jewelry, showing all the cash. I love the fact that they're playing, the game of life that you play, the board game. There's this thug life that has the neighborhoods and the places you go and all that. And isn't it so true all the time? The dream, the glamour is like in this big life with money and with drugs and with things and material goods, but it comes with a price.
Got the diamond necklace that I sent to you, cause when I was low, you was there for me. You never left me alone because you cared for me. And I can see you coming home after work late. You're in the kitchen trying to fix us a hot plate. Just working with the scraps you was given, and mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. But now the road got rough, you're alone. You're trying to raise 2 bad kids on your own.
Yeah, 2 bad kids on your own. It's like he's realizing we weren't the best. We should not have been that way. Like we weren't as good as we should have been. And she'd work all day, come home, and just try to make a hot plate, just try to give them something to eat. And I can say this growing up from my parents. I don't think I appreciated nearly like I should. I think a lot of children grow up as adults think I didn't appreciate the upbringing I had nearly as much as I should have, even though there's a lot of people who've grown up in horribly abusive upbringings, and it's not okay. That you shouldn't miss that. Like that's bad. But this is a story of him showing a mom who was making attempts to try to make it. I don't know if she cleaned up and got better, not using the drugs anymore and trying to really be the best she could, or if this was in and out. Sometimes it was really good, sometimes it wasn't.
And there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Don't you know we love you, sweet. And dear mama, please
Place no one above you,
You all appreciate it.
sweetie. Don't you know we love you?
Pour out some liquor and I reminisce. Cause through the drama I can always depend on my mama. And when it seems that I'm hopeless, you say the words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid.
Boy, it's like she really wanted him to learn and to become something. And he's laying there and she's reading to him. So I wonder what's going on there.
Words that can get me back in focus. When I was sick as a little kid. To keep me happy, there's no limit to the things you did.
Yeah.
And all my childhood memories are full of all the sweet things you did for me. And even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me. There are no words that can express how I feel. You never kept a secret, always stayed real.
Mom just told the truth. She was there to take care of you when you were sick and you couldn't take care of yourself. She was there to tell you the truth when you needed to hear it, whether you liked it or not. And sometimes we need to hear the truth. And he was saying, even though I was a bad kid, like I did bad things, I made bad choices, and you were always there for me no matter what.
And I appreciate how you raised me and all the extra love that you gave me. I wish I could take the pain away. If you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. Everything will be alright if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. And there's no way I could pay you back. But
Whoa. So there's a shooting. Like total, like, y'all know, I mean, some people think, well, how can you not know, Tom? It's because I haven't been in this music, in this world, in this news in my life. That's part of what's made reaction therapy what it is. I am learning about artists as we go. And he clearly was in dangerous situations. And this is like gang activity at this point. And it had to be heartbreaking for her. You know, there's plenty to go around for Mom, just like other artists, where maybe she could have done this or should have done this, or if she just would have done this. But there's also the reality that it had to be heartbreaking for her to watch her son's life as it started dismantling and falling apart.
every day gotta roll on. And there's no way I could pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
Dear mama.
lady? Place no one above you,
You all appreciate
sweet lady.
It feels like such old school rap to me. Like I go all the way back in my day with Run DMC, which was original rap, you know. That's my idea of what it was. But this feels like rhythm and blues, like R&B stuff that was rap. Not so much anything of the modern. It's just straight facts of a life story, the reality of what it was like, all rhyming together and sounding so pure. I love the song. I love the rhythm. I love the storytelling that he's got. The tragedy of his life I don't love. Like, it's not fun to hear that, but it gives me a sense of comfort that he really saw what happened in his life, who he was, who he became, and kind of reflected back, realizing there are a lot of things I could have and should have done differently, and I need to appreciate what I had, not what I didn't.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
it. Dear mama.
lady?
Dear mama.
Lady.
Like the two of them sitting there at the end just talking. She's just looking at him. Tupac, dear mama. And wow, have we jumped into a whole new arena here if we start hearing some more Tupac. Let me know what y'all think. If you want some more, what you think about this, give me the background, educate me. Let me know your insights, thoughts, and feedback. And remember, this isn't real therapy, just Tom breaking down lyrics to music. If you want professional help, check out the links in the description of our video. There are resources there. You deserve that, and everybody does. It is a blast being here with you at Reaction Therapy. Don't forget, we have links to our Patreon page, to the Discord server, to the merch we have, all here in the description of this video. Join us. Be a part of what we do. We love being a happy family that's connected, listening to all kinds of music, and diving into the mental health side of what the lyrics and the music mean. And this one was perfect. Dear Mama, a letter to his mom, basically about his life. She lived it too, but part of it confession, part of it awareness, and part of it insight on exactly what got him down that path and what maybe you could help do to avoid that, to live a different life. There is hope to live differently than what he had to go through, and you can get there too. Thanks for being here, and I can't wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.